morning everyone. So today I am going to be cleaning up my wall of inspiration. This is what I call my wall of inspiration. It's basically where I keep all of my cookery books. It's become a bit untidy in the past few months. We've been piling stuff on here as you do and not really thinking about it. And also, I don't know if you can see this, I'll show you in a moment a bit closer up, but this shelf is actually starting to slide forward. So my husband is going to fix it, but first I'm going to take lots of books off and things. I have a cupboard down here that I actually need to tidy out, and there's some space upstairs on a shelf now that I can go and put some books on. So that's what I'm going to do today, and then if I've got time I'm going to go and tidy out the cutlery drawer. So once again, wish me luck! I've cleared everything off the shelves, didn't take me long, and I'm now going to give them a clean. If you watched parts 1 and 2 of this series, I use something called Castella soap, and then I fill it with water and I add tea tree oil in the top. I find this a really good cleaner. Tea tree oil is also a really good disinfectant as well. Right, so I just thought I'd show you that shelf while it's nice and clean. Basically, I'm trying to hold that as steady as possible, but it's just the shelf is coming away from the wall at the moment, so I've had to take some stuff off, give it a clean. I'm hoping that my husband will put it all back together on Sunday, and he's got some special screws, he was telling me, that should help it to stay flat, flush against the wall. So, but I'm just going to start putting less stuff on here, I think, because it is causing a bit of a nuisance. So I'm going to start putting the things back and sorting out the books now. And this is the other cupboard that needs to tidy up. My husband's toolbox is in there, so screwdriver box, so we'll have to leave that in there. But I'm going to tidy out some of these books and put them upstairs, hopefully. Okay? Right, so these are the books for the charity shop. These are the books that I'm going to sort through and see if I can put some back on the shelf, but obviously not the heavier ones because they're making the shelves fall forward a bit. So, and then these are the books that are going to go back upstairs. And obviously my husband's toolbox is going to go back in there. Okay, Howard. So I've finished my wall of inspiration and I will take you round and show you. So basically I've lightened the load a lot on the top shelf. I have just left like pictures of mum and dad, and then I've got these pine cones that Ted keeps collecting for me. I might spray these gold at Christmas and use them as ornaments. He keeps going out with my mum and picking them up. And then I've just got this, which is what Howard bought me for our first anniversary, our first wedding anniversary. And then I've got some shells in a bowl. I've basically lightened this one in case this one falls first and then makes everything else fall. Just a bit paranoid, but I'm just thinking ahead. And then on this shelf, I've got some more pictures of family and relations. And I've put just a couple of books on here. And I've also bought these from Poundland. These are in trays, and I thought they were quite good for notepads and maybe bills that we don't want to take upstairs just yet. And also the remote control. My iPhone is in there so we can find it. My old iPhone, I should say. We still use that for the stereo down here. So I'll probably keep that because it's got all of my music on it. And then there's the iPhone, and there's the stereo remote as well there. And then if we go along, this is a picture that Howard got. I think it's quite cute, so we've kept it. And we've got some candles up here as well, Hannah Lee's candles that I love. And then this is Ted's tray. So this has Ted's colouring books. I got a Tupperware box for his crayons and his chalk and things for his blackboard as well. I keep it up here because I find that if he gets hold of it, it all goes all over the floor and makes quite a mess. So when he wants it, I shall get it for him. And then I've got a couple more recipe books and pictures of my mother and father-in-law there. That's a picture of my lovely brother. And then here, I've just got my ideas for recipes and ideas for YouTube. Vlogs as well, and a couple more recipe books and more pictures of us. And then in here I've decided to use this old Starbucks tin. I'm recycling, and I've used it for things like vouchers. Yeah, just vouchers at the moment. Any odds and sods I'm going to put in there. And then I've got little notepads there. Those are going to be for Claire O'Grady if she wants them. There's the plug for the back of the stereo. It seems to keep coming out and then Ted runs away with it, so I've just put it in a Tupperware box. I might actually put that in the in tray as well with all the stereo stuff. And then there's a couple more recipe books and my notepad for my Alexis's Real Food Wagon blog that I do, and a picture of us. And then down here I have basically just put some of the recipe books that used to be on the shelves. The rest I've put upstairs in our office on a clean shelf that we had. And then I've got a bit of empty space down here. So that could be for if we have another one and we need some space for bottles and things, which have gone upstairs now. So yeah, really happy with that. I've done my wall of inspiration. I've now got time to get on and do my cutlery drawer. So this is my cutlery drawer at the moment. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess. But I bought this from IKEA the other week when I bought all those glass jars for the pantry that I showed you in part 1 of this. So I'm just going to use that and then see what I can do from there. I've finished doing the cutlery drawer, so I shall take you around and show you. So I've cleared out all the knives and forks. I put the tin opener up there, I thought it was a bit better in there, and I've just left Ted's knives and forks in here. We don't have a jar for those, so I thought they were better off in here. And I've got a little Tupperware box in there for odds and sods. So you might be wondering why we haven't used this drawer. It's because we can't actually find a cutlery holder small enough to fit in there. So I've taken all the knives and forks out and just used something from IKEA instead. And then in here I've got a few bits, so measuring spoons and things to do with cheese graters and measuring cups, because they're always handy to have at hand. And then in this one I've just kept this one the same, so it's just my trivets and the knives. Sometimes I take these away with me, so I like to keep the blade covers as well. And then in the bottom one, which I haven't done anything with, is where I keep all my tea towels, because it's a nice deep drawer. Over here, I put the cutlery in here for now. I couldn't think of a better place, so that's where it's staying for now. So in here, I thought I'd just show you where I've put my hand blender and other little bits and pieces, my whisk, and then all the sharp objects like the julienne and the little hand food processor from Pampered Chef I've just put up here. I don't really use them too much, so that's probably the best place for them. And anything like cake tins and the biscuit cutters I've put up here as well. So I thought that was just in Tupperware boxes, the biscuit cutters are, if you can see that in there. I thought that was the safest place for them. And then up here I've got my Magimix bits, the things that don't really fit together. Thankfully all the blades that it comes with come in boxes, so, and then I've just kept this the same. And then the spiraliser I found was a bit awkward up in that cupboard, so I've put it at the back there. Then in the food cupboard I've just used 2 baskets for all of Ted's bits and pieces that we buy, and then everything else is the same in the bottom part. So that's it. So that's it from me. I've done the kitchen now, but don't worry, I've got a lot more to do on the house. I'm going to tackle Ted's toys next week and his bedroom with all his clothes in, hopefully. And then I'm going to come back to the kitchen and do the laundry. Then I've got a whole office to do as well. So if you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you have any comments, please write them below. And if you're feeling really nice, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you next time. Okay, bye.